Hi everybody, my name is Tommy Cuevas, your personal cloud engineer. So I work a lot in SharePoint and I get this question all the time, so I'm going to go ahead and create a video about it. So a lot of people reach out to me and ask, how do I go ahead and make sure that I'm locking down how my end users can share information on their OneDrive and SharePoint sites? And this is a common question. Of course, you don't want, corporate documentation to get out in the wild. And this is the simplest way to go ahead and kind of secure your SharePoint environment and your OneDrive from people sharing documentation outside of your organization. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and I'm going to show you the SharePoint admin console. So just so you're aware, you can access this through your traditional admin console, which is admin.microsoft.com. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is show you how to lock this down. So right here in my main SharePoint admin site, I'm going to go down to policies and I'm going to go to sharing. So right here, it's got a level that you can go ahead and dictate how easily do you want people to be able to share information with people outside of your organization. So by default, just so you're aware, both are set up for most permissive. So this is almost completely open. So as long as somebody can access the link, they can access the system, as long as it was shared with them. So traditionally, if somebody goes ahead and clicks the share button, say for instance on a site or a document library, this allows people to share documentation outside of your organization, and it doesn't require sign in. Users can share folders and all that stuff. The other way that you can do this is you can require people to add them as a guest. So if they go ahead and share this information, what these people are going to do, it's going to require them to log in either with their own company credentials, since they are now considered a guest, or if they do not have, say, Office 365, it uses another connector with a secure code to access these folders and files. Now, there is a verification code that goes on, so it adds a little bit added security to your system. Not only that, but it will add that person as a guest user to your Active Directory. So say, for instance, they no longer need access to these files, or if somebody gave access to somebody that wasn't supposed to have access to it, you can go in your Active Directory and you can remove that user and they no longer have access to this information. Now, the next level that you have is existing guests. So with existing guests, what this means is that somebody has to be added to your Active Directory within Azure, or now Entra ID, as a guest user. So IT has to go ahead and add them, or anybody that has administrative privileges to your Entra ID, also used to be known as Active Directory. So they have to be an existing guest user in your organization. And then you have the toughest level. You have only people in your organization. So this means that there is no external sharing at all within your organization. So if you're not sharing things with, say, vendors or customers, this is usually the most secure way that you can keep your documentation within your organization through SharePoint and OneDrive. You also get other added features within here, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the security a little bit in here. So then I also unlock what's called more external sharing options. So I can limit external sharing by domain. So I can create a whitelist of domains that are allowed to be shared with. Allow only users with specific security groups to share externally. So say for instance you want people to be able to share, but they're only a certain group of people that you want to be able to share. This usually works with say salespeople, a sales group or a marketing group or a partner group or a vendor group. Allow guests to share items they don't own. So this is other people outside of your organization can also share your documentation as well. Usually people want that disabled. And then guest access. So this is really, really key. Guest access to a site or OneDrive will expire. So by default, it's 60 days. You can go ahead and change that. And then verification codes. So these are people that are not using the business-to-business connector. You can say, all right, hey, every 30 days, you have to get a new code. This keeps it secure. And you can drop it to 10. You can add to 100, more along those lines. And then you have more folders and links, so specific people, only people within your organization. And then you can say, hey, choose the permission that's selected by default when sharing links. So this is really, really key. This is something that normally I tell people, by default, if somebody goes ahead and clicks that share button, what's going to happen is that person has edit rights to that documentation. If you don't want people to have edit rights to that documentation, I usually suggest changing the default to view. Now, if somebody wants somebody to be able to edit that documentation, all they have to do is underneath when they go ahead and share that information to select edit. And as soon as you go ahead and make these changes, you just press save and all that information is updated. My name is Tommy Cuevas, your personal cloud engineer here at Velosio. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at Velosio. Thank you for watching the video and taking your time. I hope to see you real soon.